This is Bill from MacrobioticTV.com. When you start the macrobiotic lifestyle, one of the biggest challenges is to learn how to cook. You've got your carrots and your brown rice, okay, you're alright with that. But burdock, weird things like burdock and seaweed scare people when they try to cook. This is a video of Kramer, one of the experts in macrobiotics from New England, talking about the art of macrobiotic cooking. Enjoy. And there's more at the website, Macrobiotictv.com.
Tempura. So tempura basically is you cut matchstick. Sometimes it's actually shaved pieces, but matchstick. How do you cut a matchstick? Here's your carrot, right? You cut diagonal, and you take those diagonals and you line them up and you cut some matchsticks. That's a matchstick. How big those matchsticks depend on how long you want to cook it. If you cut matchstick like logs, you're going to cook that thing for 30, 40 minutes or so. And if you're living in Miami and you're cutting matchstick logs and you eat that, it's like, oh, this is so heavy, I can't eat this thing. So you might want to cut it smaller, right? Which means thinner. Right? Which means you need a good knife. So don't cut with a butter knife or cut with a steak knife. Get yourself a good vegetable knife so you can cut. You're more likely to cut yourself on a dull knife that's going to slip and cut yourself, right? So what you do is you cut matchsticks. There are many combinations. Typical one is like carrot, burdock, but a lighter one is maybe like parsnip or rutabaga, onion, turnip. You cut matchstick, maybe 2 of those vegetables, right? Parsnip can be used. Cut a matchstick, and you can either oil saute or water saute it. Very simply what you do, you put the vegetable in, you put the oil in, you heat it up a little bit, you saute actively, like we talked about, active saute, moving. When you saute it actively, it makes the energy move. Then what you do, this is saute and simmer. So tempura means saute and simmer. Simmer means you put the cover on, you lower the flame, and it simmers. Depending how long you want to cook it for. Lighter, then short time, 10 minutes. Longer, 20 minutes or longer. This dish is awesome for strengthening the intestines and any weakness in the lower body. This dish is awesome for colitis, Crohn's, any kind of inflammation of the bowel. This style of cooking is very important for bone trouble like osteoporosis. It strengthens deep inside. When you use something like carrot burdock, it has an amazing vitality that you get from it. It's very strengthening. What this dish does also energetically, it takes basically excess from the peripheral part of our body and brings it down. It helps dischargeability going down. So to improve getting rid of excess in the body, this strengthens that because you're using root vegetables. The combination of roots which grow down and the combination of sauteing and simmer, you gather it and bring it down. That's what tempura does. Very powerful. Okay? So these 2 strengthening dishes, tempura and mishime, those styles of cooking are very important, regardless of where you live. If you live down here in Florida, then just don't cook it as long. If you live up by me or going back north, whatever it's called, cook it longer. Okay? No, not daily, because it's very strong. So maybe a couple times a week. But there's some people I've told to have it, a lot. Depends on the person. I just want you to understand the purpose of just understand what these do and get the sense of that. Some of you have seen me for counseling, and then you'll know why in the book I say try to have this a few times a week, and now you know what it does, other than just me saying to do it. Pressure cooking. Boy, I'm a terrible artist, I'll tell you that. I don't know what this is. Can't be good at everything, right? I'll go to art school next. This looks like some sad pumpkin or something like that.
Like the lid side, we've got like that's right. Make a line.
Like that?
No, here. Yeah, there's the lid. There you go.
I need some coaching there. Pressure cooking. Many people think pressure cooking is for time's sake. No, nothing to do with time. Okay? It's another style of cooking that energetically we get a certain benefit from. Let me explain it to you. Okay? In your pressure cooker, and generally we don't pressure cook kale in your pressure cooker, so don't even think about that. Okay? Don't even go there. And kale's like steaming out, healthy. In your pot, you've got some, let's say rice, okay? Here's your kernels of rice. That's brilliant too. You've got your rice, okay? You've got water in there, of course, too. Okay? You bring this to pressure, okay? What's pressure cooking doing? Pressure cooking is drying. Some pressure cooking kale, this young woman in the front I see here, maybe doing that. Either that or I'm just very funny. Okay, so pressure is driving heat, okay, into the center of the grain. If you've noticed, some of you I know have, there's a difference in taste and texture between boiling the grain and pressure cooking. Why is that? Because when you pressure cook, basically you're bringing out the complex carbohydrate. It gets sweeter and richer. When you boil grain, it cooks more from the periphery to center. Pressure cooking cooks from the center to the periphery.